Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Thailand. We're at Trishada Villas once again. Now today we're talking about the latest in Lazada Gate. The Philippines has got a new president, President Bongbong, and also a way that a northeastern Thai school is coping with bad students. I've got Jay in the room. Let's get started with today's Good Morning Thailand.
Could you please take a moment to click the like and subscribe button? It helps us way more than you know. Hello and welcome to Good Morning Thailand, brought to you by Deva Beach Resort. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still at Trishada Sky to be precise, and bringing the show live with me is Tim Newton.
It looks like you're having a bit of a sleep over there, Jay.
I am. I thought today we might indulge ourselves in whoa, ladies and gentlemen, rude man here. Oh, everybody calm down.
Okay, which camera are we on? But that's the wide shot, that's your shot. Okay, good.
Yes. The reason I've got this pillow is because we're in Phuket and this is Thailand and it's warm and I'm wearing shorts.
Yes, he certainly is, and I'm not. So we are at the Trishada Villas. We're at the smaller one today.
Yeah.
This one is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I actually, in some ways, prefer the layout of this one.
Yeah, me too.
But the same sort of subdued colours with the sort of seaside tones and the neutrals and the timber. Very nice, very tasteful. Yeah. Apparently the new villas, for this smaller size, they're 3 bedrooms, but it's got 3 bathrooms. I think they're valued at around, I'm trying to remember the number that Doug told me this morning.
I'm going to go with 13 to 15.
No, I think it's...
This house?
Yeah, I think they're about 15-ish.
Okay.
But we should have done our homework. I did do my homework, but I have forgotten. But yeah, very nice here at Trishada Villas. Thank you very much to Doug for inviting us in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we will be talking about bad students, watching porn, and Lazada Gate.
No. You've bad students. They're not watching porn.
No, but bad students, watching porn.
Yes.
And
unrelated.
And Lazada Gate.
Yes.
And Lazada Gate. Oh, stop doing that.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first story is.
Stop doing that.
I feel helpless. I feel vulnerable. I feel attacked. This is sexual harassment. Somebody call the popo. All right, our first story.
Call the who?
The popo.
The popo?
Yeah, the police.
I've never heard the police called popo in my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first topic today is Thai school introduces point system for bad students. Now,
I love this.
Everyone knows a bad student. If you don't know one, you probably were one. A school in Surin, which is in the northeastern of Thailand, good old Isan, has introduced a strict and conservative guideline that will deduct points off students for the following school rules. For not following school rules, and the school rules are actually quite strict, and if you don't follow these strict rules, you are considered a bad student. Rules that include so basically every student will start with 100 points when they start the year. If you fail to stand up straight or respect the Thai flag during the flag ceremony in the morning, you get deducted points, 10 points.
I think that's at the same time. You should be standing up straight whilst observing the Thai flag. I don't think you have to stand up straight all the time.
Not being a good student gets you another 10 points. I don't know what justifies
exactly
not being a good student. Maybe you've got bad grades. Maybe you talk too much in class. Tim. Failure to sing the Thai national anthem loud and clear, 5 points taken off for that. And the harshest rule is if student fails to respect the school, respect Thailand, Buddhism, or the monarchy, you get 50 points.
So with
50 points deducted.
50 points for those 4 things are very. How do you determine if you are disrespecting Thailand or disrespecting Buddhism? They're very hard to measure. Disrespecting the monarchy, that's probably a difficult one. A lot of this is obviously in a sort of a conservative response by this particular principle to some of the student movements over the past 2 years, which have perhaps highlighted issues related to the monarchy, issues related to Thais having to sort of, stand up straight and attend the flag raising. There are a lot of people out there that think, the school assemblies and flag raisings and things like that, and singing national anthems is all part of, good character building. I'm sure when you went to school, you had to do it.
Yes. So during my school years, every tutor class, it's just my legs. What's wrong with you?
It's all right.
Behave.
Just checking.
During my school time, we would have to do the flag ceremony. So every morning, I think it's at 8 a.m., there would be national anthem. So you go outside and then there's a pole with the Thai flag and you raise the flag as the national anthem's going on. I quite enjoyed it. I was a young foreigner kid in Thailand amongst Thai people. I didn't really understand what the national anthem meant at that time. But the experience was, the fact that they allowed me to raise the flag. I enjoyed the experience and I felt like I was part of the culture, part of the country. So personally, I enjoyed it. But I believe some Thai students don't agree with it, but that's more to do with, schools being extremely strict and forcing them to do it. When you're forced to do anything, you start rebelling.
There's a bit of rebellion there, of course. When I was very young, a long time ago, Jay, we used to have to do the flag raising, and there was the singing of the national anthem. When I was very young, the national anthem in Australia was God Save the Queen.
Oh, okay.
That changed in the mid-70s, and we got our own national anthem called Advance Australia Fair. And the whole, it changed so that the morning school assembly with the raising of the flag sort of became a bit defunct and didn't sort of happen then into the 80s and 90s. Some schools have sort of brought it back ever since, but the national anthem still remains not God Save the Queen, but Advance Australia Fair. So there was a little bit of sort of national rebellion there. I'm not sure if having a point system is the best way to cope with students who are behaving in a way that is seen to be sort of disrespectful. You have that with driving. You start off with 100 points, and if you turn right against a left-hand, you get 5 points off. But applying this to school behaviour, and those 4 things that you lose 50 points for, if you wanted to target a student, you'd be able to give them 2 lots of 50 points pretty quick if you wanted to get rid of them. And what do you do when you get down to 0 points?
Well,
the article didn't cover that.
No, they didn't.
So are you expelled? Or
I'm guessing you're expelled.
Do you get a whipping? Are you executed? What do they do with you?
Definitely not executed.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, the Basic Education Commission's Deputy Secretary... Oh my God, let me start this again. The Basic Education Commission's Deputy Secretary General, Acting Lieutenant Colonel Tanu Wangshinda, wow, he says that he's just been informed about the situation. He's going to start an investigation, and he noted that instead of imposing harsh penalties and point system, why don't we encourage students to behave positively?
Now, exactly. I would say you start the year with 0, and you get points when the things that you do are seen to be of good behaviour, contributing to the community. Being a good blackboard monitor, all the things that I suppose makes...
Blackboard monitor.
Well, we used to have
Do schools still use blackboards?
In my days, we had blackboards, and I was a blackboard monitor.
Well, you were blackboard. During my time, it was whiteboard.
Whiteboard.
My sister's time, now they just have those graphic screens.
What's a graphic screen?
It's basically like a board, but the teacher just, uploads their presentations and documents, and then, just virtually.
Yes. I suppose these days you wouldn't be allowed to have blackboards. It'd be seen as racist or something. I don't know. But we used to have blackboards anyway.
Probably not, but sure. Ladies and gentlemen, you can find that story on thetiger.com. As for now, we're going to take a quick break. Once we come back from the break, we're going to be talking about...
Where are we?
We're at the Trishada Villas.
Trishada Villas.
But once we come back from the break, we're going to talk about what most of you have actually clicked on the video for, which is regarding watching porn. We'll be back right after this. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Good Morning Thailand with Tim and Jay. And yes,
I can see a leg.
I've got a leg.
Oh my God.
This is how you sit on couch.
How risque is that?
But how do you like to normally chill at your lounge? So imagine if you owned this beautiful villa. You know, I like to relax on my couch. I've got my pillows around me. I feel safe. I feel comfortable. Do you sit like this normally when you're at home?
I have my knuckles on and I sit up nice straight back, and that's how I sit.
It's the boarding school, in you.
Yes, yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
So, I mean, I went through the whole Dickensian sort of old style school. I went to a boarding school that had bars in the windows.
Okay.
We weren't allowed to sort of do this. There were so many rules about things you couldn't do.
Yeah.
Where I probably would have preferred to have had more of a system where we encourage you to do this or this, but no. It was quite Dickensian. But
Dickensian, was it?
It's like a Dickens novel.
Okay, Charles Dickens.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes. It was old style.
Dickensian, is that even a word?
Yes, sure, Dickensian.
Okay.
And I would sort of call the last story that teacher was acting in quite a Dickensian way.
It's like the Orwellian atmosphere I am
No,
at when I'm
not
working with
Orwellian.
you.
That's a different sort of thing. But interesting that the Thai Education Director General is saying, I think you're going a bit too far here, mate.
Well, he's not actually the Director General. He's the Deputy Secretary General, Acting Lieutenant Colonel. We need to get this right because it matters.
Yes, it does.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next story today actually surprised me a little bit. Now, Pornhub, everyone's favorite go-to website for whatever it is, we don't judge what you do on there, did a survey to have a look at what countries watch the most amount of porn.
It's not hard to find out, by the way. You
Yes,
can do
it's
a
not.
search on any particular website anywhere
right.
in the world to see how many people watch it in those countries.
If you had to guess, which country in Asia watches the most amount of porn?
In Asia.
In Asia. Not the world, but Asia.
Well, look, I think... I mean, I have read the story. So I think the Philippines and Malaysia are way up there.
Yeah.
Is this per capita or total? Or I don't know.
I guess total.
So it could be Indonesia.
I thought it would
Because-
be either India or perhaps even China, just because of the large population. But, ladies and gentlemen, in a recent survey conducted by Pornhub, Malaysia was found to be the #1 country in Asia with the most visits to pornography websites.
Okay, so that is interesting. Now, a lot of people would sort of say because of the conservative nature of the religion in Malaysia, then there could be a need for people to look online for things that they may not be able to get in real life.
Perhaps. And globally, Malaysia ranked 4th in the world. However, Slovakia was #1, Bulgaria #2, a lot of Balkan countries, and then Ireland was #3.
So that I find all very surprising.
Yeah. And what's more surprising is that you won't find Thailand's name on the list because...
Oh, it's banned.
Yes, that's right. Pornhub is actually banned in Thailand, and along with 190 other pornography websites.
There are plenty of pornography websites you can access here. We should also say that the reason Pornhub is banned in Thailand has got nothing to do with pornography and all to do with 3 or 4 particular video clips that some people have found distasteful towards a particular person.
Yes.
But it's got nothing to do with pornography.
Yes, Thailand did ban it in November 2020, and the Thai government said the ban was due to pornography being illegal under Thailand's cybercrime laws, and because pornography encouraged poor morality. So, pornography apparently in Thailand encouraged poor morality.
It's a fascinating thing. When you come to Thailand, as I sort of sit back and get a bit more couchy here, that in so many ways, things like this makes you think that the country is sort of still wallowing around in the 1950s and it's got extremely conservative values. And then you go to Bangla Road in Phuket, or you go to Walking Street or Soy something or other in Pattaya, and there are bar girls slipping up and down stainless steel poles wearing very little, and men... blah, blah, blah. So then you would think, well, no, it's actually got quite a loose attitude towards sexuality and morals. So this contradiction, I think, that is always fascinating in Thailand. And while they ban particular pornography websites.
Well, yeah, many Thais opposed the ban and criticized the censorship to the point where they actually went out onto the streets to protest. Hashtag Save Pornhub trended on Thai Twitter. However, the government actually never lifted the ban, and to date, it's still in effect. However, when something is banned, especially online, there is a thing called a VPN. Now, VPN in Thailand increased by 644% after the ban on pornography.
Yes, there's always a way around these things. So as soon as you try and plug one hole in the dike, the dike being a structure in places with low-lying... I'm using the word dike in its
like
physical...
Sean Dyke, the football manager.
No. Not this Van Dyke. It's the one that like holds the water in. Anyway...
Like Virgil van Dijk, the defender for Liverpool. No.
When you try and plug one hole, another one appears. So, and there's always a way around these things.
Well, basically, for people who are not aware what a VPN is, a VPN allows you to trick your computer into thinking you are located in a different country. So perhaps Thai people picked VPN location to Malaysia, hence the high number of pornography searches coming out of Malaysia. But yeah, 644% increase in the use of VPNs in Thailand is a significant increase, I would say. Now, according to the Thai Inquirer, Thailand ranked 17th in the world for traffic on Pornhub's website in 2019, before the ban came into effect. So it was a popular website.
But just remember that the ban has got nothing to do with the pornography.
Yes.
Yeah, interesting how in both those last two stories, there's sort of one side of Thailand which is very conservative, but the reality is that Thailand in many ways has got quite a relaxed attitude towards many of these matters pertaining to sexuality and things like pornography.
All right. I feel quite comfortable here. Do we get to keep the place after that?
No, we don't.
Oh, damn. You checked already?
I've checked. I asked. I said, Doug, we're going to do the program here today. Can we move in?
Yeah.
I've already got the master bedroom. Got the small one over here for you.
Okay.
Jason, we've got a little. There's a box in the garage for him.
Okay, fair enough.
So we were all ready to move in. But
so
he said
you
no.
can purchase this house if you want at Trishada Sky. However, if you're just coming for a brief stay, you can also stay at Deva Beach Resort.
Well, yes. What about 15 minutes drive from here?
Yeah, pretty much.
Up on Nyang Beach, the Dewa Beach Resort. By the way, if we say them often enough, perhaps we might get invited there to do an outside broadcast as well.
It's possible.
I would say they'd serve a very nice breakfast.
It's possible.
And probably coffee. Doug?
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take another quick break. Once we come back from the break, we're going to talk about the controversy surrounding Lazada, currently in Thailand, and of course, Marcus Jr.
What?
Ferdinand Marcus Jr.
Yes, there's been an election in the Philippines.
That's right. We'll be back right after this.
Good Morning Thailand gets up to 80,000 viewers per week, and we'd like to weaponise our audience for you.
That's right. So if you have a business or property or even your house that you'd like to sell,
Private yacht?
yeah, we could be in space.
I'm not sure about space.
Well, all you have to do is contact us on info@thethaiger.com, and you can hire us up to a day or even a week, and we'll go to your property and do the show live.
Good Morning Thailand, coming your way.
If you want to view paradise.
What? You got this song in your head today?
Yeah.
A real, what do they call it? A earworm.
It's from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Because we are in a piece of paradise. Where are we, Tim?
This is the Trishada Villas. I asked Doug yesterday, I said, where'd you get the name Trishada?
Yeah.
Thinking that it was going to be something like, well, tree means ancient and epic, and Shada means house or palace, and it was just, no, he said it was a name I made up. I like the sound of
Well,
it.
Shada is the the point, the Thai architectural point that goes up,
Okay.
and then in his logo, he's got 3 points, so it's Tree Shada.
As in tree,
Yeah.
three. Okay, okay. Good. That's good. I would describe this as sort of modern Thai style.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't call it Balinese because you don't have the dark woods and stuff, but they're all very, very neutral tones, beautifully constructed, in a nice quiet part of Chiang Mai.
Yeah.
However, within about 5-minute walk of a 7-Eleven, which is very convenient.
Yes.
But this one is 3-bedroom. It's got 2 bathrooms. The master bedroom is huge.
Yes.
In fact, it doesn't have a bath, but I would have said there's room for 2 or 3 baths in that most enormous bathroom. But a really nice open plan living, if you're into that. It's got a pool out there. You saw it at the start of the program.
Perhaps we'll be at the pool tomorrow.
We could be at the pool
Good
tomorrow.
Morning Thailand in the pool.
So this is the Sky Villas.
This is Trishada Sky, yes.
Trishada
This development
Sky.
is Trishada
And they've
Sky.
got a new development on the way at the moment. So yeah, you've been
Cool,
able to see a
yeah.
bit around this villa during a little quick discussion there. So on to Lazada Gate.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to discuss Lazada Gate, Lazada Gate, Lazada Gate. Lazada has been
Yes.
banned from entering the Royal Thai Army premises. The Royal Thai Army has taken a stand and said, look, at our army base, Lazada, you can, the soldiers can buy products from Lazada, but if they want their items from Lazada, they have to walk all the way from their camp to the front to pick up their thing because we won't allow them inside.
Well, there's a bit of an update I've
Okay.
just received that's now also been applied to the Royal Thai Navy and the Air Force. But it seems that the boycott has gone a bit further. That this is just the latest information I've got for a Thaiger story that I'm yet to edit, but this is the raw information, saying that they are now saying that they're going to apply a zero tolerance, saying that the soldiers, the people in the Navy, the sailors and the airmen are not, they're being asked not to order anything from Lazada.
Oh, wow. Okay, so
So they're taking it a step further.
that is a ban then.
So the thing I thought, and I love have you got that photo there, Jason? Of this is what they did. I thought this was so funny. That they thought, okay, to make the point, we're going to set a tent up outside one of our naval bases, and we're going to put the word Lazada across the front, and just really make a point of sort of trying to shame them. But I was wondering, and they're saying they won't allow Lazada into the naval bases. I would have thought that no private companies would be allowed into any army base. They'd be restricted areas, wouldn't they?
Not if you want to receive your package.
So if you're Mr. Shoppy with a bag on the back and you want to deliver the coffee into sort of the army barracks, they'd let you in?
Well, you're obviously not, they probably have delivery points. I don't think you would just be able to drive all the way at the end. And I don't think you'd want to as well because there's a lot of soldiers with guns around.
Yes, that's a fair point. But it looks like they're really, they're doubling down on this and they're trying to really make a point about Lazada. But let's go back a little bit and sort of look at what happened here. So, Jason, you've got a photo there. This is, he has a photo?
Of?
The Lazada.
Yes, he does.
Yes, okay. So, this is basically a screen save off a video clip which depicted 3 people who were influencers and they were dressed up sort of high-so, and one of them was in a wheelchair.
Oh, yes.
So it seems that there is a group of royalists, and let's face it, the army basically are pretty much royalists, and they've put 2 and 2 together and come up with 17 and said, okay, there was a person in a wheelchair. Now, His Majesty the King's sister, Her Royal Highness Princess Chulapon,
Yeah.
happens to spend a lot of her time in a wheelchair. So they put 2 and 2 together and said there's a depiction of a person in a wheelchair, therefore it must be having a go at the monarchy. So I think this is sort of a quantum leap of logic from their part, and they appear to be sort of cruising for a bit of a battle on this, and they're really making a thing of it. And so there was the trending Twitter tag, banned Lazada over the weekend. People videoing them deleting the Lazada app from their phone. So I'm just wondering, if I was representing, a lawyer representing Lazada, would you be able to sort of say that this is restraint of free trade? Are these royalists sort of bullying this private company on a fairly tenuous accusation that these photos were somehow malicious or had malicious intent? I'm really interested to see how this is playing out. Lazada, as Shopee, and there's others, I mean, there's Thaiger deals, are becoming increasingly popular parts of people's life. Not a day goes past when I'm not in Lazada finding something or checking prices. It's a great place to check prices. And the prices are usually lower than what you're going to pay at a retail store, because let's face it, these people are not having to rent retail space, rental space to store their goods. I just bought a swimming pool the other day on Lazada. I ordered it on Friday. No, I ordered it on Saturday morning. It arrived yesterday. Just these things magically appear after you order them. So trying to encourage Thai people not to use Lazada is a bit like encouraging Thai people not to use pornography.
No, I think, Shopee has been very popular amongst my Thai friends. I prefer using Lazada because it's the only app that is in English. So it's easier to buy products because
you can
the whole website is in English. Yeah. But Shopee makes it difficult because you can't even translate it, and most of the shops are local Thai shops. So if you want actually more options, I go to Shopee. If I have more time and products from China are coming in, then I use, I guess, Lazada.
So I think...
But the damage has been done, no?
Well, in a way, I had a person I used to work for back in Australia who sort of mentored me in my approach to journalism. His name's Darren Hinch. And Darren used to always have a saying. He said, it doesn't matter if as long as they spell your name right, the more they mention you, the better it is for you. And I'm wondering if all this is giving Lazada extra airspace, and that perhaps this attempt to shame Lazada could perhaps backfire on them. So it's going to be very interesting. I also noticed in the article yesterday there is a one Lazada shop called the Thai Army Shop.
Yeah.
And they sell a whole lot of caps and it looks like a sort of army gear. I'm wondering if this is actually run by the Thai Army. Does the Thai Army have a shop on Lazada selling sort of camo shirts and caps and stuff? You can't buy guns on there, by the way.
Yeah.
But I would be fascinated to know if this it's called the Thai Army Shop. Are they going to remove that from Lazada?
Probably, if it's owned by them, yeah.
It's still there this morning.
I think the damage...
What do you mean by damage? They spelt their name wrong. I think more people now know about Lazada than did before all this started.
No. Lazada is most effective within Thailand. It's not really...
that's not quite right.
Yes, it
It's a Singapore company.
Yes, it is. What I mean is that I'm talking about Thai people in Thailand, right?
Yes.
So Lazada Thailand has, unfortunately, with this campaign or whatever, pissed off a lot of people, right?
Do you think so?
The people who use Lazada will still use it, but unfortunately they've pissed off a lot of people who somehow or the other find this offensive, and therefore, they're deleting this and blah, 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 blah. I don't think this is going to generate new users for Lazada.
But do you
in
think
fact, they must have lost quite a few users themselves.
Oh, they'll be back in 5 minutes. Do you think that they've looked at the photo and gone, oh, they're targeting the royal family, or they've been told or convinced that the people who actually did the campaign have said, this has got nothing to do with the royal family.
Yeah.
You're just putting, as I said, you're just making this up. Lazada have apologised, saying, look, if there's been any offence taken, it certainly wasn't intended.
Yeah.
The Lazada, the head office is just down the road from Thaiger, down at Mkortia. And so on Friday, there was a group of royalists who went there demanding answers. And so there's two things that could have happened. The head of the Thai office could have come downstairs and received a letter of complaint that was offered, but they sent a junior staff member down.
Oh.
You don't think that would get the royalists riled up? They got so angry that they ripped up the letter and stormed off, saying, "We're declaring war on Lazada." But I'm thinking this is 10 or 20 angry people. It's not really. But most Thais, even people who respect and, well, most Thais respect the royal family, but those who support the royal family and are being so told to ban Lazada, I'm not sure if it's going to have much of an effect.
Yeah.
But we will know in the future, but it's become a real storm in a teacup.
Yeah.
Shakespeare said, much ado about nothing. But now the Army, the Navy and the Air Force are following the same rules. So we'll see how far it goes.
We'll see how far it goes, and we'll keep you updated on that. Oh, I forgot. We have one last story,
Oh, okay.
which is regarding Ferdinand Marcos Jr.
Yes, the Philippines has a new president today,
Yes.
which is a throwback to the 70s and the 80s with his father, Ferdinand Marcos, was the president stroke dictator. He declared martial law for some 15 years in the Philippines, and now his son
Ferdinand Marcos Jr., also known as Bong Bong.
Bong Bong. So the Philippines now has President Bong Bong. Fascinating situation. Ferdinand Marcos was well hated by the Filipinos, who at the time were very happy to see the end of him and his crazy wife Imelda, who's famous for her shoe collection. She's famous for a lot of things. Her excesses are probably most remembered the story about her on a flight from Rome,
Cheese strip, yeah.
being told, ordering the pilot to turn around and return to Rome because she forgot to buy cheese. Now I thought,
When in Rome.
yeah, I thought, no, that doesn't sound right. I fact-checked it. It actually happened. She did tell a commercial aeroplane to turn around and return to Rome. So I would have thought you might get back to the Philippines and then send somebody out to get some cheese. No, it's not the way it works. But this family, who's are basically known to have raped the Philippines for the largest amount of money of any of these dictatorial, crazy families around the world. And now the son is sort of running the country, which doesn't, to me, say much about the state of Philippines politics. The question could well be asked, and I think it was asked during the campaign, where's the money? Your father and your mother stole so much money from this country. Where is it? And he said, well, his comments were, I can't return the money I don't have.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about this. I don't know where the money is.
Yeah. There was a really good video out by John Oliver, which I basically caught up on this whole situation regarding Bong Bong and his presidential campaign, because I thought about, how is this guy running for president? How have people forgotten about this? And
Sure.
yes, he or his followers, or I don't know who, in his campaign has done a pretty good job basically rewriting history.
Yeah. And it's interesting, I mean, there are now sort of some older Filipinos. Now, Philippines has been politically a bit of a basket case for the past 2 decades. And there are some Filipinos who sort of look back at those years when there was martial law thinking, yeah, maybe they were the good old days. Time heals all wounds. But here we are, the son of the dictator Ferdinand Marcos, now the president of the Philippines, and he gets a 6-year run at that job, as the past president Duterte did.
Is Duterte going to be quiet now for a while?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, the former presidents of the Philippines have generally in the past sort of faded into the background. As for Imelda Marcos, she's still around.
Yeah.
So Mum's still around with her shoe
Still
collection.
collecting shoes, yeah.
And perhaps still eating cheese. I don't know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. Once we come back from the break, we're going to be taking your live questions. So let us have it. If you have any questions regarding any of the topics today, please...
I wish I could read them, but I don't have any internet connection here.
All right, we'll be back right after this.
Here are today's top stories, starting off with some optimistic news. The Ministry of Public Health is bringing joy to everyone's ears with their latest announcement that Thailand's COVID-19 alert level has decreased from level 4 to level 3 nationwide. Whether Thailand is ready to declare COVID-19 as endemic will depend on vaccination rates, according to the ministry. Director General of the Disease Control Department, Opat Kankawin-Pong, said level 3 means that Thai residents still can't go to bars and entertainment venues or any places which are crowded or have bad ventilation systems. People in high-risk groups, such as the elderly or those with congenital diseases, should avoid group gatherings, he said. He advises that high-risk groups and the unvaccinated should avoid traveling across provinces and advises that everyone refrain from traveling abroad at this time. Opat said more than 90% of coronavirus deaths are among elderly people. Thailand is coming out of the pandemic and edging closer towards declaring COVID-19 as endemic, with 54 provinces in an improved situation and 23 provinces in a stable situation. Director General of the Department of Medical Sciences, Supakit Sirilak, said no hybrid strains of coronavirus had been confirmed in Thailand yet, but authorities would closely keep an eye out for them. The Royal Thai Army is boycotting Lazada in the latest reaction following an advertisement deemed offensive to Thailand's monarchy, which disappeared from TikTok shortly after it was uploaded last week. Thailand's army chief has banned e-commerce giant Lazada from delivering packages into army premises, but says that soldiers still have the freedom to buy products from Lazada if they so wish, so long as they pick up their packages outside army premises. Last week, Lazada and 2 influencers were thrown into the fire for an advertising campaign deemed offensive to disabled people. Royalists said that the video mocked a member of the royal family, Her Royal Highness Princess Julapon, who has lupus and uses a wheelchair. The video was deleted and Lazada and the advertising agency apologized, but the issue failed to disappear with the hashtag #BanLazada trending on Thai Twitter for many days. Customers posted videos of themselves deleting the application from their phones, and various merchants and companies temporarily closed down their online shops on Lazada. But the Royal Thai Army, defenders of the crown, are having none of it. Today, the Commander-in-Chief of the Royal Thai Army, Narongpan Jitkaew urged soldiers to avoid ordering products through Lazada. Narongpan said that soldiers could still choose to use Lazada if they so wish, but they would have to pick up the parcels themselves at the destination outside military grounds. Meanwhile, Thailand's Ministry of Digital Economy and Society will file a complaint with the Technology Crime Suppression Division against all parties responsible for the offensive advert. Both the creators of the ad and the actors have insisted they intended no offense and certainly did not have any members of the Thai royal family in mind, given that there are thousands of physically challenged people living in Thailand that uses a wheelchair. Thailand is expected to be exporting durians for the value of 120 billion baht to China this year, about a 10% increase, according to Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives Chalermchai Si'on. The Chinese government has set strict controls against fruit imports during their COVID-19 pandemic response. Thailand exported 875,100 tons of durian to China last year, valued at 109 billion baht. Thailand's durians have the largest market shares in China at around 40%. Durian from Chile came in second at 15% and Vietnam durian at 6%. But the Thai durian is prized amongst durian aficionados. In China, the price of Thai durian has risen to 120 to 150 baht per kilogram, while other Thai fruits are also being shipped in larger quantities. With increasing fuel prices, partly caused due to the war between Russia and Ukraine, global inflation and fuel shortages, the Thai government wants the private sector to help boost durian shipments via shipping and railway. To support farmers, the Thai government's Fruit Board will continue to promote durian exports.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's now time to take your live questions from my pillow fort and Tim.
Your pillow
Fort.
for pillow fort. Oh,
Yes. Ryan Bishop says Lazada isn't. What's wrong with you? Ryan Bishop says Lazada isn't going anywhere. It's the Amazon of Thailand. There's too many merchants to stop it.
Do you think Lazada actually sat down and thought, let's come up with a campaign that's going to be a little bit, what's the word?
Controversial.
Well, controversial, but something that they could think something, but we could say, oh, no, it's not that.
Why would they want that?
Do you think they've actually conceived this whole idea of coming up with something that might be perceived? Because everybody's talking about Lazada. You're saying, oh, we don't want to know about Lazada. Stop talking about Lazada. But this is a big topic here. And the fact that it is a big topic makes it a topic. Because why are we talking about this? Because some people take these things very seriously in Thailand, even if it's been mocked up or not. But I'm just interested to know if Lazada have actually gone, we've got this idea, we could get a bit of extra publicity. Shopee is starting to sell a bit more stuff, so what can we do to get some free publicity?
Well,
I don't know.
Another one of our members, 212 Roger, agrees with you, and he says, no such thing as bad publicity, hey?
Yeah, as Darren Hinch used to say, as long as they spell your name right.
Yep. The Snives, which I believe is also his band name, the Snives, one of our members says, I would love to live in a military dictatorship.
Why does he say that?
Maybe he likes order.
Well, it's interesting when you consider people coming here, and when you step off the plane and you get into a taxi and you arrive in Bangkok or Pattaya or Phuket or Chiang Mai, wherever you go, you look around and you think, this is a military dictatorship? I mean, it doesn't feel like one, it doesn't work like one. I have to say, in the 11 years I've been here, I've never seen, I'm just thinking, I don't think I've ever seen a person with a gun. I don't think I've ever actually seen a soldier.
Because you wouldn't live to tell the story if you just saw a random person with a gun.
Well, yeah,
I wonder what happened to Tim.
When I sort of, you think about a military dictatorship, you think maybe there's sort of the odd tank rolling down the street. There might be like checkpoints and things, but there's nothing like that in Thailand. So it's all very well sort of describing it as a military dictatorship, but I think that is an exaggeration of the situation here in Thailand. I mean, effectively, the generals threw their uniforms away. They stopped using the term general, and they've basically been acting, if you want, as a civilian government. It's certainly, you don't see guns around.
Yeah. I'd just like to take a quick moment to say thank you to all the members for supporting the channel. We appreciate you, as well as all the viewers who watch us live every day. There's about 415 people watching right now. Please click the like button if you're enjoying the show so far. And lastly, for all the people who've also been donating to the Thaiger channel for Thaiger charity, we appreciate your donations as well. Now, another question or comment from one of our members, Mackie. He says, with the caliber of world leaders we have had for at least 50 years, a good argument for the failure of democracy could be easily done.
Yes, another comment here from Family Ties. Didn't Tim get in trouble in front of an embassy? That was in Singapore, not here, by the way. Tim wasn't in Bangkok when the army fired at the red shirts, says John Shy Guy. The point being that if there were this has been violent, there have been protests, and the army have gone in pretty heavy-handed and sorted out some of the protests over the past 20 years. But we have to say that those are really like small intersections in a city of some 12 million in Bangkok.
Yeah.
It's not as if you see tanks rolling down every street. In fact, if you wanted, as a tourist, to go and find out where these problems were, you would be hard-pressed to go and find some of the violence. But yeah, I acknowledge that there were some horrific violent clashes between the army and protesters in the past. But civilians basically didn't see it. Saw it on the TV, of course. But no, in 11 years, I don't think I've ever seen a soldier. Well, I've seen them walking down the street, but I've never seen them sort of at a checkpoint with a gun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have. Never seen them. Well, you hang around the bad areas. Dressed
Come
like
from the streets, dressed in shorts like a normal person in this hot weather. Anyways, a Jelly Roll Johnson says, hey Jay, like your full beard better, more of a ragged pirate look, argamy matey. Jelly Roll Johnson, one of our regular viewers, we've met him a couple of times, Tim, in Pattaya and in one of our OBs in Bangkok.
I keep on seeing him at the same restaurant in Bangkok. I won't name the restaurant. The Snives. Look at that,
Oh,
Jay.
wow. The Snives.
Oh, my God. Just Snives, thank you very, very much for your kind donation. And we'll certainly, we'll be giving you more details about where that money's going.
Yep. For the
Because
children, please.
we're trying to
he
make
says.
sure it's going to go hard on the ground, helping the people
Yeah.
it's intended to.
Thank you so much for your donation, Snipes. We appreciate it. M. Maranta says, if you drive north of Chiang Mai, there are checkpoints because of drugs. Okay.
Yeah, well, up in the north part of Thailand, there are perhaps more checkpoints, and there is a big problem with drugs coming out of the Golden Triangle. A lot of them come into Thailand because there appears to be a fairly easy passage, so they can head to points north, south, east, and west beyond Thailand. Yeah, look at people bringing up instances of some sort of violence.
Yeah.
And well, I acknowledge that those things have happened. Just my experience, I don't seem to have run into soldiers or people with guns or seen any sort of note of the military. I mean, the generals who are sort of running the administration these days, they're not wearing their uniforms. They're wearing civilian clothing and suits and stuff. So the whole sort of military feel of Thailand is certainly not very obvious at the moment.
The Dunlum says, do you think that after COVID disappears that the Thaiger will be as popular? I mainly started watching you guys for COVID news. Thank you for your comment, the Dunlum. Yes, that is how basically the Thaiger took off, at least the YouTube channel.
YouTube became popular initially with me on a dare, sitting on the living room of my house during the lockdown, just doing a sort of a daily news report. So that was more a timing thing. As far as the website's concerned, our numbers pre-COVID and our numbers now in the wake of the worst of COVID, and it's not finished yet as such, are about the same. So it's not as if COVID has added to our traffic at all. The fact that we really started working on our YouTube channel during COVID has showed an enormous growth. Whether that will continue, there are a lot more people doing YouTube now in Thailand, so we've got a lot more competition.
And there's very little COVID news we do currently, actually.
Well, yeah, except on the website. We don't do much on the YouTube channel unless it's something to do with the Thailand Pass or the easing of restrictions. Still waiting for the big ones, which are getting rid of the Thailand Pass, getting rid of masks. They're the two big sort of milestones we're waiting for. But as far as the day-to-day reporting of stats, we're not doing that anymore. Certainly on the YouTube channel. We do post a list of all the provincial totals and any sort of major news that comes out of different parts of the world about COVID. Maybe it's the situation in China, maybe it's the discovery of some new variants or something. We will report those as major stories, but on a day-to-day basis, the YouTube channel is not really following COVID anymore.
And we've expanded. We do more videos on entertainment, on education, about different aspects of Thailand, about visas, about real estate. So, yeah.
There's plenty more to talk about in Thailand, obviously, besides COVID. I think the fact that we started our YouTube channel during COVID just makes it look like we built it around that. That's not the case at all. And my feeling is there's going to be a lot of people searching for what to do in Thailand. How do I retire in Thailand? How do I get married in Thailand? How do I get divorced in Thailand? There's going to be a lot more interest about the new areas opening up, new opportunities for tourism, where the hot places are to retire, where the new bars are. There's going to be a lot of interest of people coming back on how Thailand is sort of rediscovering itself for a new era.
Rediscover! All right, Maki says, question, how is the Chinese high-speed rail building going in northeast Thailand?
Oh, yes, they were building a railway track from Bangkok to Nakhon Ratchasima. I think they're still arguing over the contract. I think they've started some perfunctory work on sort of laying out the rails and buying up land, but I don't think there's been a lot of progress. There's also the high-speed rail train that's going to go from Don Muang to Don Muang.
Sure.
You say it.
Let's go with it.
Go on, you say it.
Don Muang.
There you go. To Utupao to Suvarnabhumi, sort of the triangle of the three airports. But
The Bermuda Triangle?
No. So we haven't heard much about that either. But look, I think high-speed rail would work very, very well in Thailand, except that the discount airlines have really just made it so cheap to get to almost everywhere in Thailand domestically. It's made the high-speed rail a bit perfunctory. So it's a lot of investment to be made, something that I'm not sure it's going to work as well as the discount airlines have got such a big network already. I mean, it's so cheap to travel around Thailand. And the airlines, they're really competitive. I noticed yesterday AirAsia have got a new promotion of some 5,555 for a year, fly anywhere you like, as often as you like. So,
Yeah, but it's
conditions apply.
Still AirAsia, though. All right.
To the owners of AirAsia, if you'd like to advertise with the Thaiger, we'll sack Jay if you really want to.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've enjoyed today's episode so far. Coming up on 51 minutes. If you have, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. And as for now, I would like to say thank you very much, Tim Newton.
Thank you. And thank you to Snives, the Snives.
The Snives. And of course, Jason behind the buttons doing what no other man would do.
Or woman.
Or woman.
And
We're all
also
inclusive here.
doing the 7-Eleven run this morning.
Yes, he did.
Thank
what
you
a
very
hero.
much.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Did you give me change, by the way?
I got your coins.
He gets to keep that.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried I
yeah.
didn't see the change.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you have a great day and see you tomorrow.